of the rest of our lives.
The Drake
Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Something about it, man, this time of year. When you wake up and the number one headline in America is about the MLB Players Association. You're like, no. But yes, it matters. You should care. You need to care if you like all things sports at the professional level. But that's not it. That's not all we have. The Olympics. Quinn Hughes, in overtime, sends the United States to the Olympic men's hockey semifinals. And yesterday, I don't know if you watched, but if you didn't, that's fine. That's what I'm here for. Yesterday, Canada playing Czechia. And Canada wins by a final of 4-3. Czechia up 3-2. Would have been one of the great hockey upsets of all time. Canada's the one seed right now in the Olympics. Instead, the Canadians, darn them, pulled off late. College basketball, JT Toppin, torn ACL, out for the season, one of the best players in the country. A great college basketball player. Will he be great in the NBA? No, he's just a great college basketball player. And now Texas Tech, a legitimate contender, loses its best player. Oh, and worse, they lost to Arizona State 72-67 just a couple days ago. Across men's basketball last night, 35 points from A.J. DeBonsa in a losing effort for BYU. His fifth game, the freshman's fifth game, with 35 points. In Stark Vegas, Mississippi State 91, Auburn 85. Mississippi State had a commanding 49-33 lead at the half in this game, mostly because one singular player, Josh Hubbard, 35 points in the first half alone. He hit 10 threes in total last night, 9 of them in the first 20 minutes. Auburn would actually tie the game after being down 16 in the first half, tie the game in the second half, with Mississippi State winning by 6. Darius Acuff Jr., 49 points for the Arkansas Razorbacks last night. Unranked, 14-13 Creighton goes on the road and upsets number 5 UConn, 91-84. I mean, what more could you want? That Darius Acuff game, point guard, Arkansas, John Calipari. Final score of 117-115. Arkansas loses on the road to Alabama in what may have been the best college basketball game all season long. Bubble Watch is here, baby. 10 days from now, it will be March. We will be meeting the end of the college basketball season, and madness will ensue. But past all that, buried way down deep in there, I just told you about it. But now I need to tell you why it matters. Why it is maybe the biggest story of the day. Bruce Meyer has been elected the MLB Players Association's interim executive director. Yesterday, I told you that Tony Clark, after an internal probe, was discovered to have had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law. His wife's sister or his brother's wife? Who's to say? What's worse? I don't know. But now with Tony Clark gone, and by the way, the woman with which he was having an affair was on staff at the MLBPA. Good. Clark had to resign. So Bruce Meyer's appointed. You don't know Bruce Meyer. You've never heard of Bruce Meyer. This is a classic example of you're a Michigan State fan, and Michigan State hires a new defensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator says, yeah, I'm going to bring in Brian Kenny as the DB's coach. Like, yeah, I love that guy. Awesome, man. You've never heard of him. But, of course, you love the Bruce Meyer appointment for the MLBPA. But why would you care? Why does it matter? Why does it matter this Clark guy resigned, aside from, oh, funny, he was having an affair with his sister-in-law? Where at the root of this should you, the casual baseball fan, come in? Well, it's the fact that we might not play a 2027 Major League Baseball season. The collective bargaining agreement expires on December 1st, 2026. This is where the players and the owners, the players and the league effectively agree on X, Y, and Z as their parameters for operation. With that expiring December 1st of this year, they need to start having negotiations now on what the next collective bargaining agreement will look like, because they will not play, they cannot play without a CBA that's signed. But a lockout appears inevitable. There is a nuclear option headed toward us in the 2027 CBA negotiations, fueled by the LA Dodgers. Projected at $420 million in spending in 2026 alone. Owners of every small market team have said, hey, we don't have that. And if in baseball it can just be the Wild West and you can pay players whatever you want with no salary cap, we're not going to be able to survive, because owners at the top end of baseball have decided, oh, we'll just spend $400+ million on our roster and be the best team in the sport. Well, yeah, obviously. If they're going kind of the college football route, we'll buy our roster. And while the casual baseball fan, if you're a fan of the Tampa Bay Rays, or if you're a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers, you do not like that there's no salary cap, given the Dodgers can do whatever they want, spend whatever they want, and build as good of a team as they want. And now you could too, but you don't have the same commitment that the Dodgers do to baseball. And the MLBPA has resisted the salary cap for 60 years. Why? As a viewer, it's only going to help. Remember, it's going to make the small market teams better. It's going to allow them to be in the mix, in the hunt for a World Series. The owners with less money to throw around. But the reason the players don't like the salary cap is because we're telling the world you can only, right now there are infinite amounts of money in Major League Baseball that can be given to the players. They will reject the salary cap because at that point, that infinite is brought down to a tangible, direct number. You cannot spend above this on your roster. And the players say, I don't want to agree to that. I don't want to sign a CBA that has that written in there, because it cuts out of the money that I can make. They view it, the players that is, as this artificial restriction on player earnings. They think the luxury tax acts sufficiently. But as we're learning, it doesn't. It's not. Also, MLBPA, and this Bruce Meyer guy, his representation, we're going to go even further into a possible lockout due to TV networks, payroll disparity. And Bruce Meyer, the new MLBPA director, interim at least, he's going to step into this role and have to negotiate all of this. He's going to have to try to give you baseball in 2027. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting right here a year from now, February 19th of 2027, and know that baseball is not going to happen. Know that spring training is not going to happen because the collective bargaining agreement cannot be signed. The Diamond Sports, the Bally thing, local TV rights. When I was young, I would watch Fox Sports Southwest. The Texas Rangers games were always on there. That has crumbled. Owners are seeing a massive drop. One of the biggest revenue drivers is TV. They're seeing a huge drop in local revenue. So how do you offset the losses you're taking? Salary cap. Create a unified national streaming package, or cap the players' salaries. What seems easier? Oh, capping the player salaries. Because the national streaming package cannot happen. No, we've learned that baseball is a ruined sport in that way. Basketball is not far behind it. The NFL is the only one who can get streaming right. And again, the gap between the haves and have-nots, it is an all-time high, a breaking point. Dodgers, the Mets in the hundreds of millions range. The Marlins and the Athletics, $20 to $40 million rosters. $420 million roster in 2026 for the Dodgers. $30 million for the Marlins. Owners want a cap, players want a floor. Owners want a salary cap, players want a salary floor. So how do you figure this out? How do you negotiate this? Well, Tony Clark did have it. in the back of his mind how he wanted to. He is no longer the MLBPA's director. Bruce Meyer steps in. 99 days, 2022, 99-day lockout. This is going to be much different because of the shift in baseball economics. David Sampson, former Marlins owner, guaranteed a lockout. A nugget on this Bruce Meyer guy. He has been one of the most important factors in this labor battle. Behind the scene, Tony Clark was the face. He was the Aaron. Meyer's the Moses. Meyer's the architect. Moses was the architect, but he had a stutter, so he sent Aaron to talk to Pharaoh. Yeah. Tony Clark, he doesn't have a stutter. He's the face of this whole thing. Well, he messed up pretty royally. Luckily, Moses right there behind you is the architect. That is what the Meyer guy is going to give you. If you want baseball in 2027, you are rooting for Meyer. Clark, bridge builder, former player. Meyer, harsh, aggressive, hawkish. He is a labor lawyer. And during the 2022 lockout, he was the one who advocated for players to hold out longer to get better terms, even when some players were ready to settle. He is the salary cap's worst nightmare. You're rooting for him to win quickly so we can get baseball. The problem is, the Meyer guy is not rooting for anything fast. He wants to get his way. He wants the players to not be bound by a salary cap. Addie Bates, producer of the Drake Toll Show in Washington, D.C. Do we play baseball at all in 2027?
If we do, it'll be very minimum. It'll be minimum amount of games, because if you look at what happened during the 1994 season, during the strike and everything, I mean, that took a hit. That took a hit on baseball. It took the steroid era to bring baseball back because so much baseball was missed. So honestly, if we do play baseball, if there is baseball, it'll be, I think it would be less than 80 games. And I'd be shocked if it was that, because it's going to be hard to come to an agreement with all of these big market teams versus small market teams, and the owners and the players not coming to terms on what's the best way to solve this issue, especially with he's just the interim manager. The interim. They have not officially hired a new manager. So if there is baseball, it's at a very minimum, which is going to bum me out. Everybody check on Addie Bates in 2027, please.
Yeah, he'll put his foot down. Congrats to the Meyer guy. Elsewhere, JT Toppin torn ACL. You know, number 13 Texas Tech just beat number 1 Arizona, and on the same road trip where their tires were slashed in Tucson against the Wildcats, they flipped across the state to Tempe and lost to a hapless Arizona State team. And in the meantime, lost 6'9" junior JT Toppin. Richie Saunders at BYU, Toppin at Texas Tech. Already some of the big stars you were looking forward to playing in March, or big stars you didn't know their names. Stars of college basketball, you haven't watched it closely enough. You wanted to know their names. Who's going to be good come the tournament? JT Toppin was going to be an elite tournament player that could have led Texas Tech to a Final Four. But the Red Raiders, now lose a guy who leads the team in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Scoring 21.8 points per game. Preseason All-American. 10.8 rebounds per game. 1.7 block shots. He is a menace. Or was. Torn ACL may also mean that Toppin comes back to Texas Tech next season. His NBA plans are uncertain. Would not be surprised to see him in a red jersey with Grant McCaslin. And then the U.S. hockey team. Did you watch this yesterday? I hope you watched it. At work, pop it up on your computer. Quinn Hughes wins it in overtime for Team USA. Here's what it sounded like on NBC when Hughes sent the United States to the semifinals.
Now Quinn Hughes, we played 3.5 minutes in overtime. Quinn Hughes shoots, he scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it, and the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
That is a classic example of dudes rock. Hughes hits the goal. USA wins. Cue Freebird. Bang. Dudes rock again. United States is moving on to the semifinals. A crash course toward Canada. USA-Canada, Olympic gold on the line, is going to feed families. Around the corner, news around the NFL. Patrick Mahomes restructures his deal. What does that mean? Is it like an Ohtani thing? Are the Chiefs saving a lot of money and going to buy an even better team? I've got the answers. 310-840-4910. Call or text 310-840-4910. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The NFL franchise tag window.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Javi knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, I mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free. Yeah, feeling good was easy, love, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby, yeah. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, hey, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything that we've done, your Bobby, baby, kept me from the whole world. One day of near Salinas long, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, that's all that Bobby left me. But if feeling good was easy loud when he sang the blues, hey, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby, yeah. La da da, la da da da, la da 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 da
Touch yourself. Touch yourself. It's the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I feel good, man. Last night, I let the seltzer talk. My house, I hosted 7 people, 8 total. Went and bought ribeyes. Okay. Remember yesterday we had the conversation. I was hosting 7 people in total, cooking 8 ribeyes on my 4-burner Blackstone. No free ads, but wow, that thing works miracles. And we had the conversation of what do you bring to that function if the host specifically tells you don't bring food, which thankfully no one brought food. One guy brought a case of beer, Valiant, right? We can get behind that. Another guy brought a case of adult seltzers, herbal seltzers, and that's like $10 a pop, $8 a pop, $40 total. Surprised, happy to see that in tow yesterday. The cheesy potatoes for appetizer were a hit. The asparagus, I make the best asparagus in the world, and the ribeyes were divine. Now what, huh? Now what? Salt, pepper, my secret. You ready? My secret. A little bit of lime. Yep. Fresh lime. Yeah, while it's on, so it's like carne asada, but it's not. It's not near as much lime as that. I'll lime the steaks while they're on the grill, and then put chili powder on them. Adds just a little kick. Helps build that crust. Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'll take your word for that one. Actually.
Yep. Secret ingredient. Good. It was good.
What do you put on the cheesy potatoes? Is it just potatoes and cheese?
So no, I cook extra thick bacon, make my own home bacon bits, and then I go cheddar jack onto potatoes that I've sliced into 1/4-inch rounds. Throw them on the Blackstone, and they need to have the cheese on them for a minute on the Blackstone so it melts in there with the bacon.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't mess around.
Hey, when I'm over here making potatoes au gratin, I have to start by making a roux. So I'm sitting there just like literally just whisking away because you can't stop whisking a roux or else you'll burn it.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
See? Yeah, it's okay. That's okay.
Google me.
Yeah.
Zero clue what that sentence has to do with what we're talking about. But
do you not know what potatoes au gratin are? It's like cheesy potatoes, but better.
I don't know what the roux is.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's like cooking 102.
All right, great. I'll get to the roux at some point. For now, I'm just ribeye. That's
with lime and chili powder.
It's not a lot. It's subtle, but it makes all the difference.
How do you like your steaks? Medium rare? Medium?
Medium rare, for sure.
Okay, good.
Last night was a bit more on the medium side. Medium rare, for sure.
Okay, good.
Patrick Mahomes. Do you know him? My good and close personal friend, Patrick Mahomes.
I think I've heard of him.
Texas Tech legend.
Guy that sounds like Kermit?
The guy that sounds like Kermit, yes. Who is married not to Taylor Swift, but to Taylor Swift's friend. Aren't Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes friends?
I think that's just a front.
Okay.
So I guess kinda.
Con Knipple or Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg.
Yep. Restructuring. Yesterday. Found out that Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, have agreed and executed their fourth major reconstruction. It's not just to move money around. This is what I'm going to call kicking the can. Mahomes, season-ending injury last year. And now the franchise says, hey, we're going to do this again. Let's restructure again. And Mahomes wants to win. The dude has plenty of money. Money is not an issue in the Mahomes household. And the Chiefs have now converted $54.45 million of Mahomes' 2026 compensation. So this is next year. And created a signing bonus with it. So in NFL accounting terms, right, a signing bonus can be spread out, like prorated, over the remaining years of the contract. So we can take that 54 and instead of giving it to you right now, we can restructure this to build more of our roster for you to compete and win a championship. 2026 now, instead of $78.2 million, that cap hits down to $34.65 million. So the Chiefs just saved $40 million, $44 million going into next year. 43.56 mil to be exact, in immediate cap space. That adds, if you're doing the math, like, okay, well, how does that work? Because they have to pay him at some point. It's got to affect the cap. Yes, it will add $10.89 million to the Mahomes cap hit each of the next 4 years. So his 2027 cap hit is going to be around $85 million, roughly $10 million up from his 78.2 that was supposed to be the hit this year. So entering the offseason, and this is something a lot of fans don't track, the Chiefs were in a financial hell. $58 million over the salary cap. Even after the $43 million save, they've got $11 to $15 million in the red. Not good. Not good. But this is the move that can allow a defensive rebuild. You can restructure Chris Jones. Do you Travis Kelce, lock him in for one last run? Do you bring him back? You have the autonomy to do that now. You're rebooting. You were 6-11 last season. May I remind you, 6-11 in a year that Mahomes tore his ACL. You need fresh talent. You need an offensive line. More to protect Patrick Mahomes. If you're going to do so, this is the move that opens that up. So in 2027, that's where you look. That's where you look when you hear this noise. It guarantees one of two things will happen in February of next year. Number one, a huge extension. Just tear up the 10-year deal and sign him to a market value extension, lower that hit in 2027. Whatever. If Mahomes wants to do that, they can do it with the franchise. Or you'll see the fifth consecutive restructure. Yes. And they'll cycle this whole thing until the bill is due. That's what the Chiefs have been doing. Saying, oh, Pat, we'll get to you. Don't you worry, big guy. You just keep those brand deals going. Keep on doing who's the insurance agency they use?
State Farm?
State Farm. Keep doing the State Farm thing, the Jake thing, you and Andy Reid. And then one day we'll pay you. So when this whole cycle ends, the bill gets here, or the league's salary cap, which should hit $303 million next year, rises to absorb the cost. That's where we'll be. You either tear up the 10-year deal, sign them to a market value deal, or you restructure again, and the bill still isn't due. Dog, maybe the most important piece for you to learn in this, because you're going to go to the office and somebody's going to mention, hey, did you see Mahomes' restructure deal? You can tell them that this has a big bearing on 2027. You can be the genius at the water cooler that gives them that whole, hey, yeah, they can tear up his deal next year or restructure for the fifth time. Don't freak out. Or just say this. If you want to have the ultimate opinion, be the ultimate ball knower on Patrick Mahomes' new deal, this is selfless. This is Mahomes being selfless. He doesn't need the money, no, but wouldn't it be cool to have the money? I think even you, if you're blue collar especially, would consider it in 10 years, like, hey, even if I'm making $300 million a year, $100 million a year, if someone else offers me another 50, 60 million, I'm not turning that down. Mahomes restructuring these deals is opening up a lot more for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he will be paid. But he's prioritizing this competitive window over liquid cash flow. And that's not something that if you waved $50 million in my face, that I'm sure I could do. Big time for Kansas City. Over in Seattle. It rains a lot in Seattle. I spent a lot of time in Seattle in my college years. Ex-girlfriends from Snoqualmie. And the Seattle Seahawks are in the process of being sold. ESPN first reported this a couple weeks ago. the Seahawks will be put up for sale. They obviously beat the Patriots 29-13 to win the Super Bowl. We haven't talked. Not enough people have talked nationally. I've again, quad boxed the 4 major networks right now. I'm watching all of their morning sports coverage. No one's mentioned the Seattle Seahawks. We swept this one under the rug. But the estate of Paul G. Allen, who has owned the Seahawks since Allen died, so his estate, right, makes sense, since he died in 2018, announced on Wednesday, they have commenced a formal sale process. You, yes, you, wherever you're sitting in the world right now, could own your own shiny, brand new NFL franchise. Not so brand new, but you don't have to flip it. There's not a lot you got to touch here. You can just walk in, touch yourself, let them do their job, go home, win a Super Bowl ring as an owner. Jody Allen has controlled the Seahawks and the Portland Trail Blazers as the estate's chair in the wake of her brother's death. And Paul Allen's will dictated both teams would eventually be sold. And listen to this, all estate proceeds go to philanthropy. Ooh! That's not fun. You didn't want to hear that. If you're the family, if you're Paul Allen's estate, you did not want to hear that all the proceeds will go to philanthropy on the sale of an NFL team. That's a lot of philanthropicizing. Roger Goodell referred to that directive when asked during Super Bowl week about the Seattle Seahawks sale. He denied a Wall Street Journal report the organization was fined $5 million due to its ownership structure not being in compliance with league rules, and that fine was being held in abeyance, a source told ESPN's Seth Wickersham. The Blazers, by the way, also in the process of being sold. You, my friend, you could hit the lottery and own the Portland Trail Blazers and the Seattle Seahawks. What does this mean? Hopefully nothing. When a team is sold, the less noise, the less smoke, the better. The quieter, the better. On the other side, biggest losers of the day, of which there are many. I'm possibly one of them. Probably one of them. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. It's progressivecommercial.com. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, and this is the Drake Toll Show.
The Colts have a cute.
Where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised. For 6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I had no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help me now. where I made way. And you may learn to love another while I am sleeping in my grave. While he is sleeping in his grave. Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. My face you never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore.
It's the Drake Toll Show. Congratulations to Mark Wahlberg on beginning his 40-day challenge yesterday. Our thoughts are with you, Mark. Please enjoy your 40-day challenge that you take annually. If you don't get it, it's Today's Show, maybe. Fox and Friends, one of those. Wahlberg hopped on there, and they, on Ash Wednesday, said Mark Wahlberg begins 40-day challenge today. Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. One day down, Mark. One day down.
Back.
This is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Let's do it. It's time for our biggest losers of the day. Loser number one. Maybe the number one overall NBA draft pick. But he's a loser today in my book. Darren Peterson might be the best player in college basketball. Like I said, could be the number one overall draft pick. But in a game last night for Kansas, Peterson, incredible as always, subbed himself out. 18 minutes, 23 points in those 18 minutes. That's really good. 6 for 10 from 3. He has been the best player in college basketball when he plays. But he continues to load manage himself. It just feels like Darren Peterson doesn't want to play basketball. When he does, he's incredible, unstoppable. He's only played 15 games this season. He averages 27-ish minutes. It's just not his thing playing basketball for Kansas this year. He's just waiting for the NBA draft. 20 minutes against BYU a couple weeks ago, 35 against Texas Tech, 34 against Utah, and then 18 against Oklahoma State. No real rhyme or reason, aside from he doesn't want to get hurt and he wants to be a high draft pick in the first round. Here is what his coach Bill Self had to say after Peterson drained a three, immediately looked at the bench, and then came out.
You guys have had this a couple times now now where Darren has a really strong first half and then isn't able to go the rest of the game. Just how have you sort of navigated that, and what challenges does that maybe present?
Well, we've had it more than a couple of times, and I didn't anticipate that tonight at all. I thought he was good to go, but obviously we only got 18 minutes out of him, and you know, that's disappointing because he could have had a really big night. But you know, one thing about it is it's happened often enough that our guys have learned to play without him, even though that's not the way we want to play. But that's certainly something that we're not unaccustomed to, you know, right now.
It just sucks that the best player in college basketball doesn't want to play. If I'm a GM, if I'm a coach in the NBA, is that the kid you want? I mean, ultimately they won't care, right? Because they're not necessarily drafting for personalities or drafting to win basketball games. And Darren Peterson can help you win a basketball game. But he's setting the precedent that it's just going to be Anthony Davis. Get to the league, play one complete season, and the rest of the time just kind of piddle around. Sean Paul says, I mean, Bill Self's tone says a lot here, in my opinion. Can't blame him. I've never, ever seen anything like this. Darren Peterson's a hell of a basketball player, but this roller coaster ride has to be exhausting for everyone involved. Faking injuries, allegedly, subbing himself out, just making his own decisions, and not really caring how they affect the Kansas Jayhawks. But you know what? You know who this is going to work out for? Darren Peterson. Because we'll get to March, he'll be on the court the entire game, and Kansas will win games in March because they have Darren Peterson. And there's really nothing else the Jayhawks can do. Biggest loser. I don't know, man. I don't know if I've decided who I want to root for in this. Doug Gottlieb went on an all-time post-game rant, and we've got audio here, but I do want to preface this by saying I might be a fan of Doug Gottlieb here, and the referees could be the biggest losers. Here's what Gottlieb had to say after he was given a technical foul.
Did not curse. I was not demonstrative. I did not leave my box. All I said was, that's the same play as the other end. Okay? All we ask is that there's a fair game. That's what we ask. Okay, CJ O'Hara goes and gets an offensive rebound. Their player dives at his legs. CJ gets called for a foul. I need Donnie at the league and the new commissioner to explain to me the disparity in the officiating. That's what I need explained to me. I got no problem with their team, their staff. They played hard. They did what they do. They play tough and they play aggressive. I need somebody to explain to me, okay, how just those two. There's others that I have massive issues with, okay? Others that have matched, including every time we touched them, there was a foul in the second half. The last play of the game, just to get the ball, they're grabbing us and holding us. Okay, and I understand. If you're not calling that, that's fine. You had the exact same play at both ends in the last play of the game. The exact same play. The exact same play.
Yeah, I think I agree with Doug Gottlieb. I think the officials might be the biggest loser in this one. Audio has come out. Gottlieb was mic'd up during the game. Audio has come out from the moment. He's in his box where he is allowed to be. And he yells, "That's the exact same call." And bang, teed him up. Again, if you know a referee, if you know a college basketball official, they are evil to the core. They're hiding things from you. They are harboring deep state, gross secrets that you could never even fathom. Biggest loser, the poly market, which probably is applicable at all times. Actually, the poly market will come up twice in Biggest Losers today. For the first time, poly market football tweets out a picture of Rashee Rice and Tyreek Hill and says, "Who's stopping this duo?" Addie Bates, producer of the Drake Toll Show, you know things. Who's stopping that duo?
The police.
The police. Did we ever do anything with Rashee Rice, or is he good again?
He'll be back. He'll be back for sure. I don't see why he wouldn't be back. You know, that's just the way it goes in the NFL.
Because if good at sport, can get away with illegal.
Exactly. If bad at sport, you're done.
Google me.
Tyreek Hill, what did he do again?
He's a known woman respecter.
Oh, no. He's one of those. Ha. Yeah, again, if you're good at football, man, what is it? So what? Do whatever you want.
He's fine.
The law doesn't apply to you. Drive your car as fast as you want. Crash it into whatever you want to. And as long as you walk away, you're good.
By the way.
Jerry Judy? Is that right? Am I there with, is it Jerry Judy?
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill, woman respecter, child respecter, more respect investigations, paternity lawsuits, another lawsuit, traffic stop violation.
Here we go again.
Yeah. Rashee Rice, Tyreek Hill in the same room. I don't know if anybody's guarding it, except for the law enforcement.
Golly.
The Boston Red Sox, biggest losers of the day. This is a tweet from Yankees World on Twitter, so they probably enjoyed this one. The Red Sox had to release a statement regarding their uniforms in 2026 because they were so ass when Fanatics made the drop. As part of Major League Baseball's return to the 2023 jersey template, we approved a design for our home white jerseys that, once produced and seen in person, we felt could be cleaner in the spacing between the lettering and the piping. In collaboration with MLB and Fanatics, we're adjusting the home whites to restore clearer separation. Updated jerseys will be ready for opening day.
We keeping a buck right now, we ass.
The Red Sox uniforms were so bad, they had to release a statement that said, "I'm sorry, our uniforms were really bad. But we looked and you were right. They sucked." Awesome. And you know what, Addy? Credit to FanDuel. Shout out to not FanDuel, Fanatics. Shout out to Fanatics. You know why? For ensuring that they flip these jerseys around and get it to the Red Sox on time for opening day.
My favorite was the Red Sox deleting the original statement and then posting it again, but adding, "We are grateful to our partners for their ongoing support" at the end.
We're grateful to Fanatics for helping out the Red Sox in this situation, aren't we?
Yes, for sure. Any other viewpoints do not reflect the channel. The
Westwood
opinions of
One
this
Sports?
channel. Yeah.
Thanks. Journalism is dead. Polymarket is pairing with Substack. Those are two words that would kill a Victorian child. If I told a 9-year-old from 1823 that Polymarket and Substack were forming an alliance, I don't know what they would do with that information. Polymarket says, "We're excited to announce our exclusive partnership with Substack. Starting today, Substack authors can natively integrate data from the world's largest prediction market. Journalism is better when it's backed by live markets." Is anything better when it's backed by live markets?
That is such a crazy line. Journalism is better when it's backed by live markets. That's insane. There's only a couple original sentences left in the English language, I fear. Because that was just the third one. They took that one.
And AI has generated a lot of them.
Wow.
What is Substack? Can you help me with these words?
Yeah, so Substack's a way for a lot of journalists or even everyday people. You don't have to be a journalist to use Substack, but this is where you can have your own platform and write. Like, I have a college professor. He puts all of his articles that he writes about Valparaiso sports on Substack, and it's free, or you can pay, you can do a minimum payment. I do a $5 a month thing just to help him out, and that's a good way to be almost like an independent journalist.
Okay. And Polymarket's ruining that?
Yeah, I guess if you need, apparently, live markets in order to be a good journalist.
To be a journalist, yeah. Because the Polymarket, you can buy shares of things.
Yes.
You can buy a share of Kevin Durant being the NBA MVP. I wouldn't do that, but you can. And then if it happens, then you win money on the other side.
Or Cooper Flagg being the Rookie of the Year.
Or Cooper Flagg being the Rookie of the Year. Biggest winner of the day. He just disappeared. Ran away from home. He's a very kind dog, very stubborn, very sweet. What could that mean? Well, that's Nazgul's owner on how his dog joined the Olympic ski race. Yep, Olympic ski race, a pup that looks oddly like a wolf, a lot like a wolf, actually. Found its way on.
Dog. It's like a hybrid.
A wolf dog hybrid?
Yeah.
A Malamute? Or
Malamute?
I think, yeah. Ran onto the ski slope where they were trying to do the Olympics. Good puppy. Good dog. Hey, coming up, obituaries. Ohio State athletes? Yeah. Religion? Maybe. That's all coming up next. Right here, Westwood One Sports. The Westwood One Sports app. Curtis Poindexter produces out of Santa Monica, California. Addie Bates produces too in Washington, D.C. This, obituaries coming up, is the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gone was all she carried as she got on the Jamestown ferry. And she said that gone was all he'd ever be. I didn't think that she'd leave me after saying how much she need me, but the fact still remains. I'm sitting there all alone, missing the loving of my baby. Lord, it's about to drive me crazy. She was the sweetest piece of ever I've ever known. She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gone was all she carried as she got on the Jamestown ferry. And she said that gone was all she'd ever be. As I walk through that valley of honky-tonks and bars, I remember how she'd hold me, comfort me with talk. She didn't cuss with every breath. She had a soothing southern drawl, made me feel like a man through it all. She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me.
It's the Drake Toll Show. It's an emotional show today. For no reason other than Dream by Cranberries played. That alone. Oh. It hits me in a certain spot. Yeah. Their lead singer died, 3 or 4 years ago? Addie? Is that true?
Yeah. Dolores?
Dolores.
I want to say more than... I feel like it was longer than 3 years ago.
I thought it was like 2022 or 23.
Really?
Man, she's got some crazy stuff going on. Well, not anymore.
2018.
But she loved 2018. Wow. Time marches on, huh?
Time marches on.
Man, yeah, I got my feels yesterday and just played some Cranberries.
I love the Cranberries.
Something about them. Something about it, man. Oh, wow.
So
that's
good.
tough. Hello, everyone. Dios mio. 7:02 and 13 seconds Eastern Time. The Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports. The Westwood One Sports app. STMPO.
Oh, my God.
For obituaries. I don't even know. I mean, yes, Addie, I see why you put this in here, but I'm not sure how I'm going to tee this one up.
I always like to give you a little, this is a little difficult. It's not a softball. You got this.
Dead today would be SEC football logistics.
And Big Ten. Don't just leave out the Big Ten like that. Drake, known anti-SEC guy.
Reddit college football tweets: Christianity, Islam, and China managed to line up Lent, Ramadan, and the Lunar New Year, but the Big Ten and SEC can't figure out a little scheduling. Somehow, yes, that is the case. That is the case. Also dead today, College Football 26 from EA. EA Sports. College Football Home ran a simulation in the next 12 seasons of who EA thinks will win the national championship in football. Florida in 2026, which would be interesting. 2027, casually, Oregon State will win the national championship. Some other interesting characters that College Football Home's EA Sports simulation gathered. SMU, Toledo, James Madison, those are in consecutive years, 2029, 2030, 2031. Threw a little Alabama in there, but they also believe in the next 12 years, Utah State, Louisville, Duke, Virginia Tech, and Iowa State will all win national championships, and no one will win multiple in the next 12 years. Okay. EA's College Football 26. If you've played the game, you've realized that they still have a lot of bug fixes they need to get going here in their dynasty. Because still, I'll play any given year Toledo in the national championship, and that would never work. It doesn't work like that, EA. It doesn't work like that. Dead today. That game. They gotta fix some bugs. Also dead today. The Mississippi State record for three-pointers made in a game. It has been broken. Josh Hubbard, first half alone against Auburn, broke the full game record for three-pointers in a contest. He hit 9 in the first half last night for Mississippi State in a home game against Auburn. First half alone, 35 points, 13 for 18 shooting, 9 for 12 from deep, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, Josh Hubbard, 10 threes total on the night. You now have the record for most three-pointers made in the game at Mississippi State. That's pretty awesome. Say goodbye. Dead today, that damn groundhog. Powerful bomb cyclone could hit New York City this week, threatening up to another foot of snow. It's finally winter in Utah, snowing all over the West right now. The East is being pummeled once again, Northeast being pummeled once again this weekend into next week. And that groundhog said 6 more weeks of winter. That cowardly Punxsutawney Phil said 6 more weeks of winter. Punt it. Just punt the groundhog. Punt it. Dead today. What? Am I not allowed to say punt the groundhog?
No, you can't. You can't. It's just the image. It's just the image of drop kicking a groundhog.
This is the sound it makes when you punt him.
Yep. Yep. Goodbye, dead today. The WNBA? Yeah, this is from Mark Cuban. It says the crazy part, no matter what the WNBA does with the salaries, every star college player could hang around. College athletes, women's basketball players at the top end, are making $500,000 to $1.2 million in NIL. So with the WNBA players asking for an average of 27.5% of league revenue and team-provided housing for all players in their collective bargaining discussions, the WNBA called it unrealistic. It would cause hundreds of millions of dollars in losses for our teams. So then why not just stay in college? Why not just make $500,000, $1.2 million to play at the top level of college basketball? NIL could overtake the WNBA. And the WNBA lacks structure right now. It lacks players' confidence in what they're doing. We should talk more about that tomorrow. That's a really tough situation the league has been put into. And finally, your final obituary. Ohio State athletes going to class. Don't have to anymore. Don't have to. Skip it. Who even cares? Here is what one young chap here's what one Notre Dame wide receiver had to say about Ohio State and his biggest adjustment since transferring to Notre Dame from Ohio State.
Same class. How was that transition?
Yeah, not too different. Just have to actually go in person, just do stuff like that. And at Notre Dame, obviously everybody knows how it is with academics, so just being able to lock in with stuff like that.
Yep. Here at Notre Dame, I have to actually go to class. There you go, Ohio State. Thought you were slick. You know what? Fine. A free one for you. Final obituary. Let's kill off AI. Allen Iverson dead? No. Artificial intelligence. As bad as EA's College Football 26 is at predicting national champions to come, like Toledo or James Madison, DraftKings Sportsbook asked ChatGPT to simulate the 2026 NFL playoffs, only for the New York Football Jets to play the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles. They have the Cowboys knocking off the Lions, the Jets beating the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl, and the Jets winning Super Bowl 61. Also notably in the postseason, in their iteration, the Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, and Arizona Cardinals. AI just can't do it, man. AI just can't hang with the National Football League. Those are your obituaries, the people who have died today. It's time for the Quickie. Top 5 headlines in all of sports. I will answer each of them in 1 minute. Addie Bates reads them.
Here's your first headline. Alabama wins in double overtime as Arkansas misses a tying dunk attempt.
Yeah, man. Kind of crazy. The dunk was right there for it. It was a putback. It was a putback dunk. Would have been huge for Arkansas. Would have sent the game into triple overtime. Instead, dope game. Double overtime. 110 plus points combined, or 110 plus points each for these two teams. And Darius Acuff, the freshman, dropping 49 points. I grew up in Arkansas fan. I consider myself a hog. And I was a little sad watching them lose. But I thought overall, great basketball game, and America probably really enjoyed watching it. So I enjoyed watching it, and I'm happy that Darius Acuff scored 49 and is proving that he is a top 5 freshman in America right now.
We do have the audio of the missing dunk.
Oh, Curtis, please play that.
They got 7 seconds. Down by 2. Acuff again. Too strong. Oh, Ewan had it to tie. And there's no whistle. And the game is over. Alabama survives in double overtime.
Yep, Alabama fans pretty excited to knock off John Calipari and Darius Acuff Jr. All right, it's a minute.
Here's your next headline. Curry's still out for Warriors. Tingus Pingus set to debut.
Who needs Steph Curry when Tingus Pingus from Latvia is on the floor? Kristaps Porzingis makes his debut with the Warriors. Steph Curry being out. This is, and look, it happens as teams get older. You're seeing a bit of this with LeBron and the Lakers. It's just get the ticket to the playoffs. Get the ticket to the playoffs, then figure it out then. Play your best basketball then. That's where anybody can beat anybody. I think it's what the Warriors are going for here. Congratulations to Tingus Pingus on his Warriors debut. And my thoughts and prayers go out to Steph Curry.
Who the F is Tingus Pingus?
Who the hell is Tingus Pingus?
Arizona, guess what? Takes out BYU.
Another really good game. I was, again, blown away by Arizona. They're just stupid good, man, but blown away by their defense. I watched this game in person in Provo a few weeks ago when BYU and Arizona were both top 10 and Arizona had yet to lose a game. That was a classic. BYU down 18 with like 3 minutes to go and came back and tied it. Came back within 2. This game last night, the most impressive part on the BYU side is they lost Richie Saunders to a torn ACL, their leader, maybe their most pivotal player. Obviously, A.J. DeBonsa, who scored 35 last night, He's the first player in Big 12 history to have 5 games of 35 points in a season. Obviously, he's very good. Saunders was the straw that stirred the drink. With him being out the rest of the year, huge adjustment for BYU. Thought they adjusted well, not well enough. Kind of a win, oddly, a win for both teams, given that Saunders is out for BYU and they still played close against a top 5 team on the road.
Here's your fourth headline. Hornets ball uninjured after car crash.
Yeah, saw that one. Didn't really read the details. You know what this one is? You know what? I'll spend my minute on this. Headlines, man. We got to write better headlines. I don't want to click on that. You told me the whole story. Like, I don't need context here. I don't need to click on that and read more. Here's what I know now, is that Ball got into a minor car accident and is fine. Why? You told me the whole thing in the headline.
It didn't say minor. Could have been a pileup.
Well, it was minor enough. He had no injuries. He's fine. He's playing. He's not going to miss any time.
Okay, so Drake you're going to have to take this up with the Associated Press, okay?
I will, man. I will.
Okay.
They are on my list.
Yes. Obituaries, Biggest Loser, Idiot.
I just don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't even have to go even more in depth with that headline.
I would like to point out, I am not writing these.
I know, but you just gave me the whole thing.
Okay, well.
Sorry. I don't mean to take this. I don't mean to take this out on you. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm frustrated.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm used to that. Alrighty. Sidney Crosby injured in Canada's game versus Czechia at Olympics, and his status is unclear for semifinals.
I think he'll play. I think Sidney Crosby will play. I really appreciate, and I'm glad that hockey is back in the Olympics, I really appreciate that these guys care and are trying really hard. And not to say that they wouldn't or shouldn't, but, you know, we see that on worldwide competition stages all the time where ex-American team doesn't want to get hurt. These are just exhibitions. Like the Olympics in basketball have seemed kind of lackluster. The U.S. is still the best, but just a little gross and slow and not consistent. The hockey teams, dude, that was so electric yesterday. Watching the Canadian game against Czechia was crazy. Watching the U.S. and Sweden was crazy. The crowd into it, and both Sweden and Czechia almost came up with massive upsets in the quarterfinals. If you would have lost Canada or the U.S., the appeal of this Olympics just gets way, way worse. But luckily you didn't, and now both of those teams can still meet in the championship. And by the way, shout out the ladies, please. I don't know. What about a women's headline in there, huh?
Drake, I had that yesterday.
Okay, but the ladies are today. They play 1:30 Eastern time against Germany.
Don't they play at 1:10?
Canada. 1:10 Eastern time against Canada. None of the things I told you were true right there, actually. They don't play at 1:30 Eastern against Germany.
Yeah, see, you don't even know what you're talking about.
They play at 1:10 Eastern time against
Maybe
Canada.
it's 1:30. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I do. At least I brought up a women's headline.
Yeah, but you butchered it.
Okay, all right.
A female head. Don't say that. No.
I'll be watching for gold today.
Okay.
I'll be watching for gold.
A female headline.
That is Addie Bates. She produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Hey, are you ready? For NBA drama, the NBA should embrace tanking. What high-profile National Basketball Association character said that, and why? 310-840-4910, 310-840-4910, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah. Darkness, world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. Underneath Jordan Bell, Jordan Bell,
Hey! Good morning. I'm on TV. You guys see that on ESPN? You guys have ESPN pulled up? No? If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, does it make a sound? If I'm watching ESPN and the Savannah Bananas pop up.
I'm watching UConn and Villanova. Where are you? You play for UConn?
Yeah. It happened a second or two ago. Before this. Yeah. They were talking about the Indianapolis Clowns, who are back, by the way. So Negro Leagues baseball team, who is revived, closed in 1989. They were the last Negro Leagues team to be standing. And they've reopened their doors in Banana Ball.
Were you actually on TV or the Indianapolis Clowns?
It's a little bit of me, a little bit of the Clowns.
Oh, okay, so I'm backing it. Okay, I was backing it up for nothing.
Okay, I mean, I don't. Whoa! I'm a big music guy, including Jordan Belfort, though I couldn't tell you who sings it. I'm a big music guy.
Yes.
And I don't know if I like music festivals. Just everyone stinks. You can't really shower. There's too much going on that I don't think I enjoy. Is that fair or unfair?
No, that's totally fair.
I have done the music festivals, Bourbon and Beyond, Under the Big Sky. Under the Big Sky was crazy last year. It is Under the Big Sky. In Whitefish, Montana, you sit in a field in your tent, and then you walk across this ravine, and you're in the venue, and Tyler Childers plays. And then you go to Glacier National Park, which is one of the most... It looks like a planet in Star Wars. It's that incredible. And Bourbon and Beyond, the aforementioned, that's a much different. It's in Louisville. Mumford & Sons, Casey Musgraves, will headline a day. Does that entice you?
No.
Okay. The Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age. Ever heard of them?
Ooh, I love Queens of the Stone Age.
Really?
But that makes sense because I wonder if Dave Grohl's going to be their drummer for that.
Saturday, Chris Stapleton and the Red Clay Strays. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
The Red Clay Strays will make an appearance on this show later, actually. Sunday, then, Dave Matthews Band and Hootie and the Blowfish.
No, I don't like jam bands.
Why are you out on that? What?
I don't like jam bands.
That's
I don't know. Like, I can see why that's an enticing festival. I can see that for sure.
Louisville's a cool place. The venue's really weird. Counting Crows, Of Monsters and Men, Foster the People. I don't know they're still around.
Yeah.
All the other kids with the funked up kicks.
Pumped up kicks.
Pumped up kicks? Okay, great. Thank you. Jason Isbell in the 400 unit. I like them. The War on Drugs, Jesse Wells. 4 Non-Blondes are back, baby.
Do they have any other songs or any other albums other than that
and
one?
I cry. Oh my God, do I cry?
Yes.
In this institution. The Fray, they're still around. Cheap Trick? Dude, we've got to go. Joan Jett is going to be there.
I've already seen her before.
Charlie Crockett, Portugal and the Man. You know, I have been in an elevator with Fitz and the Tantrums.
Wow.
I met Fitz of Fitz and the Tantrums. We played in the Savannah Bananas, that is. We played in Charlotte last year, and he came out and he sang the Let Me Hear Your Hands Clap.
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
I Can Make Your Hands Clap. That's what it is. They played that one in Charlotte. I think CJ Spiller was there too. I told you I spent like all last week with Shane Victorino and Derek Klena. Is that name familiar to you? Derek Klena?
No.
Broadway. He was on Broadway.
Oh.
He's now a member of the Savannah Bananas, who, by the way, kick off this weekend's the last weekend of spring training. For those that are wondering, for those keeping track, for those who are considerate about things that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And then next weekend we go to Tallahassee, football stadium, Florida State. Now what, huh? I think that game's on ESPN.
So are you going to go to Bourbon and Beyond again?
No, I don't think so.
Bed,
Again,
Bath,
I just
and Bourbon and
the fest.
Beyond.
I don't like the festivals. I love concerts. I love when I can curate 3 artists. You're the opener. You're the second opener. You're the main guy. Or you're the opener. You're the main guy. I don't need to see. Like, look, I could read this out. My dad would be like, "Who are Our Lady Peace?" I don't need to see them. I don't need to see them.
Church.
I don't need to see Congress the Band or Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country. Right? I didn't show up for Rainbow Girls or Meals.
So the last time I went to a music festival was in Pasadena. It was at the Rose Bowl, and it was awesome. It was Cruel World Fest, and it was like Billy Idol, Squeeze. These are
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a bunch of 80s like new wave stuff. And I caught a signed paper plate from Billy Idol. So I have like that. I hold that music festival close to my heart.
Was it only you at the music festival?
Bro, that was crazy. I had like this guy next to me who's like 6'5", and on the other side like 6'4", and he throws his plate out, and Addie, who has like, hops apparently, my vertical, goated, I catch this plate, people are like, what is it? I was like, nothing. I was like guarding it with my life. It was awesome. It was so much fun. So, but like also ACL is that happens in my hometown, and that's usually like, it's just so like hot. Like, I don't want to be outside. I don't want to just be sitting there sweating my ass off.
Hot.
Yeah.
There is drama afoot in the NBA, the National Basketball Association. The Drake Toll Show, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. That's where you are. That's where I am right now. On your radio, Sirius XM 375. Yeah, man, you're right. After this show, Nick Kostos will come on. Nick Kostos will be here for you. He'll be inside your vehicle.
Actually, it's Chris Mack. Chris Mack's in all week.
What the hell, man? Where's Nick Kostos?
Worked too hard by working one day this week.
He's on vacation.
I can't even, I love listening to Nick Kostos. I like Chris Mack, though, too. Former host of the Drake Toll Show. Anyone?
Chris Mack?
Yeah, he filled in one day, right?
No, he did not.
He was a guest one day.
Yes, he was.
2 days. 2 days. Yeah. I like that guy. Good. I'll be listening to Chris Mack after this on You Better, You Bet. When Chris Mack does it, is it still the fastest show in all of sports?
No, he specifically doesn't say it.
Really?
Chris Mack's the homie. He's awesome.
He's a real OG.
Every time he's like filling in, it's the return of the Mac.
Still don't know that song.
Gosh, that is crazy.
But last night I did listen to some Boys to Men. Yeah.
ABC. Maybe. Yeah.
Is that
what songs?
No, Return of the Mac is not Boys to Men.
No, it's Mark Morrison.
Right. Boys to Men last night
Motown Philly, End of the Road.
End of the Road for sure. That was the big one that we crescendoed with, was End of the Road. Mm-hmm. I'm so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, or whatever that one is. I'm a fan of that one. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah. After that, Bleck and Abdallah. We will have Bleck and Abdallah. I'm hearing from my producer.
Yes.
Oh, they can be here today. Great. They're in the green room preparing right now, putting on their makeup, drinking their... Bleck and Abdallah both drink Yoo-Hoo out of cans, metal cans.
Like today, they still do?
Stupid, man. How do you do that?
How do you drink Yoo-Hoo?
Who drinks a Yoo-Hoo out of a metal can?
Who drinks chocolate water?
Okay, don't do that, because Yoo-Hoo's really good, actually.
It's so gross.
I'm a tea guy now. I'm
He's matured past Yoo-Hoo.
Embracing culture.
He's not spilling it on himself.
No.
And suing the tea company.
My dog spilled it on me. Come on, guys. And then ate my homework. Can you get this again? Westwood One. Oh, by the way, sorry. Jim Rome is after Bleck and Abdallah. Incredibly cool. You can hear all those shows exactly right here. Mark Cuban says the NBA should embrace tanking. And I know what you're thinking. Dale in Butte, Montana. Sam in Rochester, New York. Danny, Greenville, South Carolina. Could be male or female. There are female Sams. Mark Cuban said they should embrace tanking in the NBA. And you're thinking to yourself, well, the thing that I hate the most is tanking, because I can't go watch my favorite players play for my favorite NBA team because they're all losing. And Mark says the NBA has been misguided, thinking that fans want to see their teams compete every night with a chance to win, but it's never been that way. Oh? Explain that to me, Mark. Break this down to me like I'm 5. Well, when I got into the NBA, they thought they were in the basketball business. They aren't. They're in the business of creating experiences for fans. The Savannah Bananas, we say that. We're not in the baseball business, banana ball business. We're in the fan business, the creating fan business. Cuban tends to agree. He continues, few can remember the score from the last game they saw or went to. They can't remember the dunks or shots. What they remember is who they were with, their family, friends, a date. That's what makes the experience special. Fans know their team can't win every game. They know only one team can win a ring. What fans care about is hope. Hope they'll get better, have a chance to compete for the playoffs, and maybe a ring. The one way to get closer to that via the draft, trades, cap room, better chance of improving all three when you tank. Cuban says, we didn't tank often, only a few times in 23 years, but when we did, our fans appreciated it. It got us Luka, and the NBA should worry more about fan experience than tanking, more about fan pricing and pricing fans out of games. You know who cares the least about tanking? A parent who can't afford to bring their 3 kids to a game and buy their kids a jersey of their favorite player. Tanking isn't the issue. Affordability is. He's right. He's so right. Mark Cuban is so right. Here's why he's right. Here's why this is the correct take that you bring to the water cooler today, and you're the genius because you're backing up Mark Cuban, a billionaire, is because you walk into an NBA arena, and contrary to what you get at a college game, the fans aren't ravenous. It's a bit of a cocktail party there. The reason is you have booted the casual, you have booted the serious fan for the casual. No longer are NBA games meant to be affordable where you can bring your kids and they're massive Pacers fans. They can yell for the Pacers. They can scream the whole game and create an atmosphere. No! That's not what we do anymore. We let the haves, the hotty-toddy, the cocktail group go and sit in their fancy little comfortable seats that we installed a few years ago to make sure our fans had a better viewing experience. But when we installed those comfortable seats, we jumped the season ticket prices up $10,000. Yes, Mark Cuban, you're right. People don't go to the NBA games to see teams win. They go to have drinks. They go to enjoy a date, to enjoy their friends, to enjoy their family, because no longer is the heat of competition the focus. You've taken the people who actually root for the teams, the people who care about the teams, the people that want the teams to win, and you've told them, you can't walk into the arena because you can't afford it. You're too poor. And the people who can go to the arena, they're the rich ones who can pay for it. And guess what? In my experience, in my lengthy experience around sports, my decades working in sports, I can tell you, the worst kind of fan is that fan who's way too rich to yell. Oh, no, we've got a reputation to uphold. We're the Johnson family, you know, of donor fame. We can't be yelling at these NBA games. We can't be yelling at these players. We can't be having emotion. It's not what we do, not in this family. No, we're too good for that. That's what you've done. That's why Mark Cuban is right with this, because the NBA has ruined the fan experience by making tickets unaffordable. So tank away, because the donor doesn't care. They're not there to yell, to cheer on Lauri Markkanen. They're not there to cheer on Keontae George. They don't know those names. They're there to impress their friends. And whatever three-pointers hit, whatever dunk is slammed, they don't care. They're not watching. That's the issue. Mark Cuban's right. That is the issue. Idiot of the Day is on the way. It's up next. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today, progressivecommercial.com. Progressivecommercial.com for your quote today. Who are our idiots of the day? Find out. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, and this is the Drake Toll Show.
The NFL franchise tag win.
I'd like to dedicate this song to my partner, soul partner, Mr. Duck Sound, better known as Sir Douglas Quintet from San Antonio. Wherever you are, brother. Wasted days and wasted nights I have left for you behind. For you don't belong to me. Your heart belongs to someone else. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name
you're to blame for making me blue. Don't you remember the day that you went away and left me? I was so lonely, prayed for you only, my love. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're the blame for making me blue? So lonely, prayed for you only, my love. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're the blame for making me blue?
It's the Drake Toll Show. Drake Toll with you. Addie Bates produces. Hey, Addie.
What's up?
Don't you sup me. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't you big time me.
Oh, I thought this was America.
Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. You asked me in the break if I liked John Mayer. Why would you ask me that?
Because some of the music you play is very modern, adult, contemporary.
I don't know about that.
The song you just played during the break.
That's one example in my life. You can't just like, I can't have one song from 10 years ago where a male vocalist is singing in kind of a whisper voice.
So is it wrong to ask if you like John Mayer? You're taking this as like some sort of insult.
Yeah, I do kind of take it as in body in Wonderland. It's just kind of like
Gravity.
I can't. I don't think I'm a John Mayer guy.
He's a fantastic guitarist.
Not a Michael Bublé guy. Sorry.
All
you
right.
named your cat Bublé.
Curtis,
that's a problem.
Throw it a break. We're
That's a
canceling this show.
problem.
It's Sinatra Bublé.
Even worse.
Yours
Martha
is
Bublé,
Sunday.
chicken leg baits.
Yeah, yours is Sunday.
Yeah, after like the greatest restaurant of all time.
Okay. Chili's?
And Bear. One's a mascot, one's after a restaurant. And
Chili's?
song lyrics.
Yeah, Sinatra is obviously after music. I had a dog named Coda, which is a musical reference. I have a cat back home named Ziggy after David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. They're all musical references.
Those are fine, but Sinatra Bublé is crazy.
Sinatra's a great night. She has blue eyes. Old blue eyes.
I don't...
That's what
Some of the world's worst dictators ever have had blue eyes.
But did you not know that's what Sinatra's nickname was? Old blue eyes?
Yes. Just because a thing has blue eyes.
Thing? Watch it. Watch it.
Doesn't mean we have to name it after Frank Sinatra.
You're right. We should name him Drake Cannon.
Drake C. Cat C. Toll.
Watch it. We should name that thing.
That thing.
I swear
Whoa.
to God, you call her a thing one more time, I'm going to fly down to Savannah and whoop your ass.
Whoa! We do not condone violence on this show.
Nope. Unless you come after Sinatra. That's my number one thing
this.
I get defensive about.
Initiate this. I'm more of a Jack Johnson guy. Make a banana pan.
Yeah, that's also adult contemporary.
Yeah, it's like a male whisper. It's just like man plays light guitar and whispers.
Yeah, and Drake
What's
loves
the
it.
is it Riptide that all the girls play on the ukulele? Somewhere over the rainbow. It's like, come on. Man. You know,
he also has that other one, Saturday Sun.
Oh, Saturday Sun. Yeah, he does. You're right. If I could give any advice to young chaps out there, 8 to 12 years old, you're trying to figure it out. You're like, oh, I think girls are cute, guys are cute, whatever. I don't know, man. Play guitar. You need to do it. Every day you go on the rest of your life, play the guitar.
Yeah. Play some Matchbox 20. Said I don't know if
You should always, first date, take the girl to the beach and play your guitar. You're like,
Yeah,
but
just rip
Drake,
out the
I don't live at the beach. Take her to the beach. Drive. Just get in the car. Shut up and drive.
Can you play guitar?
I can play enough.
Mm.
And I
Okay.
can cook. That's all I needed in life.
And
to
you're
play
tall.
like one song on guitar and a couple of I can play guitar the same way I can speak Spanish. I know just enough sentences to get by.
Okay.
Yeah. Deep breath. We can do this. I can do this. It's time for Idiot of the Day.
Idiot of the Day.
Yeah, man. I know Bleck and Abdallah are listening just for this song. And I apologize to them that I have to delay it every time. But I try to make the segment go as long as I can until we have to get to stab and tickle.
Cam Newton song.
Stab and tickle.
OJ Connor.
It's time for our Idiot of the Day. Jason McIntyre is the Guillermo to Colin Cowherd. He's the guy that you see on the show. You're like, oh, look at the sidekick. He had the not even worst take, just objectively wrong take yesterday on Colin Cowherd.
All right, let's move to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Colin. Mike Evans, unbelievable career in Tampa, one of the best receivers in the league, great red zone threat. Yeah. There's talk he could retire, but now, according to his agent, he is going to return for a 13th season. However, It's unclear if he's staying in Tampa or going somewhere else. Now, listen, this guy's had 11 straight seasons with 1,000 yards. He's still very good. He's not like still a top 5. I don't know about a top 10 anymore, but he's still very good. Yeah. I think he could help a contender. I mean, if you're Buffalo, you're just getting Josh Allen on the horn. Please recruit this guy to Buffalo. Because if he doesn't stay in Tampa, and they have some good receivers, somebody's going to get a good one in Mike Evans.
He's a pro. He's probably, does he get Hall of Fame votes? I would say yes.
I think he has to, right? Obviously, last season, had some injuries, only played 8 games. So some people are going to be like, well, I don't know if I want Mike Evans. Listen, he's going to be motivated to chase a Super Bowl. Hasn't sniffed one in Tampa. Yeah. Finals.
Wait a second. You had me in the first half until you said Mike Evans has never sniffed a Super Bowl in Tampa. Okay, hold on 1 second. Google Mike Evans. Hold on.
Google me.
Even better. Hey Siri, has Mike Evans ever won the Super Bowl? Does Siri not talk back to you anymore?
She does. I'm sure.
How does Siri work on my phone? How do I do it? Do you just click the side button? Do you hold it down?
Is the phone on?
Yeah. Hey Siri, can you? I don't ever use. Can you say it into the phone anymore?
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see now with the new updates. You'll see the border of your phone light up rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah. So
hey
that's
Siri,
it.
has Mike Evans ever won the Super Bowl? Yeah. Okay. Well, it'll say it, but it won't say it out loud. Why is it popping a notification but not saying it?
That's something in your settings, Drake.
No.
Is your volume on?
Yeah, my volume's. I would never set it to do that though. To tell Siri not to talk. Hold on. Maybe I haven't set up my Siri yet.
This is great. We're taking a whole segment.
Real
for
idiot
this.
of the day here.
Oh my gosh. Huh. Okay.
Oh, Drake.
I did not know, man. Okay, hold on. Hey Siri, has Mike Evans ever won the Super Bowl? It's still not doing it.
Well, what's the answer, damn it?
Maybe I'm the idiot of the day. Mike Evans won the Super Bowl 4 years ago, with Tom Brady as his quarterback, Jason McIntyre. I think he stays in Tampa. And does he get Hall of Fame votes? He's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Cam Newton says women lose value with each child.
I just think that the reality of that answer is women's value get lower the more children that they have.
Break that down.
Because, and I was having this conversation, with one of the mother of my children, and she's still fine. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love on these 5 children that you have, that ain't the guy for you. Because when I came into your life, I was willing to accept you and whatever you had. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids, I want you. Well, that ain't how it works.
In a world where the universe, God, a higher power, has granted us free will to either say things or not say things, my personal vote is that Cam Newton should probably not say things. Addie, Cam Newton says that women depreciate every time they have a child. What say you? Also, why did the interviewer say write that down?
Write that down. Like he was just like spitting bars right there.
Hold on, Curtis, play it again, please. Just that first 15 seconds.
I just think that the reality of that answer is women's value get lower the more children that they have.
Break that down.
What did she say? Write that down for?
Preach, Cam. Preach. Honestly, what's so funny is he tries to like save face and he's like, I'm not like that though. Like I will appreciate you. Like I will do that. But most guys, I'm like, come on now. With his like 9 kids with 3 baby mamas and stuff like that. Come on.
All of his baby mamas have lost value. Come on.
Him. Apparently.
Finally, idiot of the day. Skip Bayless says, we win in overtime. USA beats Sweden in Olympic hockey. 3-on-3 is much more fun to watch. More open ice. More one-on-one shots on goal. Less lucky bounce, high traffic goals in front of the net. Are you listening, NHL? Addie, do you think the NHL is listening to Skip Bayless here?
I do feel like the NHL overtime rules are listening to Skip Bayless, and they have been listening apparently for years.
For decades? Would it be because the NHL also plays a 3-on-3 overtime?
Correct. Yes, that is a thing already, Skip.
Listening, Skip Bayless? Listening? Yeah, try watching the NHL at some point in our life here. Thanks, Skip. 310-840-4910. Those are the idiots of the day. 310-840-4910. The Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, but no one's talking about it. I am. Here's why they are a dynasty. They are building a dynasty with Sam Darnold at the forefront. This is the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Let it fill your soul. What is ASMR? What's happening right now? Oh, here it goes. There it is. The Red Clay Strays, everybody, on the Drake Toll Show.
5 hours shy of the sun coming up, but I can see clear as the light of day. Running on currents cause I'm out of luck, and I'm tucking my tail and running away.
Happy Thursday. Sports.
Mercy on me when it comes across in the good kind of woman that just scares the devil right out of me.
I read a tweet today that I really did not like. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, the Drake Toll Show. Thursday's my favorite day of the week. I've told you guys this. I think Thursday's the best day of the week. It is cool because tomorrow's Friday. Nothing can go wrong on a Friday. It's the last day of the week. Work's over. Everybody's working for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be great anyway, right? Thursday's the one that kind of sneaks up on you and you think, yeah, I forgot. Thursday, it's awesome. It rocks. What brought my Thursday down is this. Addie, you ready?
Yes.
I like John Rothstein. He's not the enemy here. John Rothstein tweets, the 4 Big Ten teams from the West Coast, Oregon, Washington, UCLA, and USC, okay, are a combined 6-19 in Big Ten games this season outside of the Pacific time zone. Does that make you following this?
Yeah.
So Big Ten teams of the West Coast, when they go east, they're 6-19. None of these 4 programs will ever win a Big Ten regular season title, says John Rothstein, because of this. Okay? Still following.
Mm-hmm.
Talia Goodman quote tweets this. I love when people choose to forget that women's basketball exists. Like, come on. What? What makes you tweet that at John Rothstein? Am I wrong? Am I supposed to be, is this normal behavior?
But he was, I don't understand where she's coming from on that one, actually.
I don't either.
I'm sitting here, I'm like trying to come up with something and I can't. Like, I can't be like, oh, maybe she meant this. No, I can't come up with anything.
Like, and John Rothstein, what does he cover? What does he cover? Men's college basketball for CBS.
This is why we need to do our research before we just start attacking people, okay? If you're going to attack someone, you gotta be knowledgeable on the subject, okay?
Yeah, just I don't know, man. I don't know. Some things make my brain hurt sometimes.
Like
men's college basketball analyst tweets about men's college basketball. We forgot those ladies. Don't forget about those ladies, y'all.
Hey, ladies. Yeah.
Speaking of, are you ready for the news? I've buried the news this far.
Yes.
I will be at the Oh Brother Where Art Thou Grand Ole Opry 25th year anniversary performance.
Congratulations.
Yes! Coen Brothers, man.
Congratulations.
If anybody has backstage passes, I'll go stand in the circle. You know who has performed at the Grand Ole Opry?
Who?
The Savannah Bananas and Party Animals.
What?
Yep, what happened to the Opry that I love? The Bananas and Party Animals. Just played the
Why
Opry
we don't
last
hand out
year.
participation trophies.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. How many MLB teams have played the Opry? You're stuck, huh? Yep.
Why did y'all play the Opry?
Because, man, we're performers. We can sing and dance.
Okay. I'm going to withhold some thoughts here. Okay.
It was awesome. I think it was in tandem with, like, Rodney Atkins or Low Cash or something like that. It was like a tandem thing.
I forgot Low Cash. That's amazing.
We're big Low Cash friends over here. Luke Bryan's a big banana ball guy.
Ugh.
You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you think the Seattle Seahawks will be a dynasty?
Herm Edwards would say no.
Herm Edwards would say no. And I would say, while I appreciate Herm Edwards, and he is a very good human being and a nice man to me, he's wrong. And friends can tell friends when they're wrong. And in this moment, I think he is wrong. The Seattle Seahawks, book it, this moment, today, 2026, the year of our Lord, Thursday, February 19th, the Seattle Seahawks are building a dynasty. They just won the Super Bowl by 16 points, 29-13 over New England. And I think the conversation needs to go from, oh, are they a Super Bowl contender? That's what we were talking about week 8. Shift that to, can they be a dominant factor, a dynasty in the next decade? The answer is yes. Number one, they call him the whiteboard wizard, 38 years old, Mike Macdonald. He is the league's premier defensive mind. He's the guy. The turnaround, the quick turnaround in Seattle won a Super Bowl in year number 2 under Macdonald because of, in large part, the defense. Number 1 scoring defense in the league, 17.2 points per game. He shook the league by mastering the too high safety, cover 6, shuts down the best offenses in the NFL. It shut down the New England Patriots, which everybody else did too. Most of the postseason, they just kept winning somehow. Oh, and it's not just the coach who's good. It's not just the, oh yeah, you've got a really good mind there. The core is of young, all-pro caliber talent. JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Offensive Player of the Year in 2025. You got a lockdown corner in Witherspoon. Murphy. Byron Murphy cannot be talked about enough. And they're all on rookie contracts. So the team has a talent-to-cost advantage. Will that catch up to you in a couple of years? Yeah. For right now, no. And I think another piece that's on my top 5, my top 5 reasons the Seattle Seahawks here on the Drake Toll Show, Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. A top 5 reason, Mount Rushmore reason even. The resurrection of Sam Darnold. Listen to this. 2025, Darnold was a top 10 quarterback in the NFL in efficiency. You can't argue that metric. You can't say, oh, he wasn't a top 10. He was. He was a top 10 quarterback in efficiency at the very least. And I want the most efficient quarterback possible. Those are the guys who win. And no one has won more than Sam Darnold the last 2 years in the National Football League. Oh, and by the way, he signed through 2027. Pretty team-friendly $17.5 million cap hit. So he's giving the Seattle Seahawks the stability they need, even though his name is Sam Darnold, even though you remember, oh, yeah, the Jets guy, they drafted him. Oh, yeah, Sam Darnold, pick 6 on his first pass in the NFL. Even though that's the air around the name Sam Darnold. What if we, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What if we form a new perspective and think of, oh, yeah, cancel out everything Sam Darnold did before the age of 27. And you're sitting there saying, well, you can't cancel that out. You're taking away 5 NFL seasons. Sam Darnold's 28 years old. Did you know, like, Tyler Shuck is 26? Like, Sam Darnold came into the NFL and was immediately asked to go fix the New York Jets. And he couldn't do that. I'm not going to penalize him for that. If Tyler Shuck had walked into the NFL at 25, 26 years old, so what I'm asking you to do is take Sam Darnold only after the age of 25, 26, you would be looking at Sam Darnold going, oh, that's a Hall of Fame quarterback. If in his first 3 years, 3 years, Sam Darnold's done what he's done in the last 2 seasons, you'd say, oh, that guy's on the track for the Hall of Fame. He's on track for the Hall of Fame. He won the Super Bowl. That's not going to hurt. You erase the first few years of Sam Darnold when he was young and trying to figure it out, and take 25 on, 26 on in his career, and he's on the way to a Hall of Fame NFL run. Fit the scheme, top 10 efficiency, and he's signed through 2027 on a deal that is not cap-crippling. Dallas has a cap-crippling deal. Kansas City did with Mahomes before they reworked it yet again. You can try to disagree with that about Sam Darnold. You can try to. But I'm telling you, if he had walked into the league in his mid-20s, as most quarterbacks are doing now when they leave the college ranks, Bo Nix got 1 million seasons in college. They're walking into the National Football League now older than ever. Sam Darnold did not have that opportunity. if you just take him at the value you would have taken a Bo Nix or a Tyler Shuck, Darnold is far better than we give him credit for. And he doesn't get credit because, his first few years here sucked. But what have you done for me recently? Been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Cap flexibility. 49ers. They are on the verge of a cap apocalypse, I'll call it. Cap apocalypse. But the Seahawks, $72 million in cap space this offseason alone. That is sixth most in the NFL. John Schneider, clear. Aggressively re-sign Kenneth Walker III. If he wants to, he can go grab him. No franchise tag, which Schneider doesn't franchise tag guys. He's franchise tagged, I think, 2 in 16 years. Pro Bowl safety, Julian Love. Go grab these guys while you hunt for external stars. Defensive front. Looks like the 1980s. Nwosu, Williams, Murphy. League-high pressure rate without having to send a blitz. That is a luxury in Seattle. Oh, and that next man up culture. I told you about the rookies. Gray Zabel, one of them. High-level, high-impact players that proved to me, and again, Seattle built a lot of this based on how they drafted. This is proven to be one of the best organizations in the NFL. This was built on how they hired and how they drafted in the wake of Pete Carroll being sent off to Vegas. Snyder's 2024 and 25 drafts, masterclasses. Again, it built this to rival. The scouting department is back to that Legion of Boom era, gold standard, find late-round guys who are instant impact. That's what the Seattle Seahawks have done. And the NFC West is going through a transition. No secret, the Rams are old. The Rams are aging. But Puka Nacua, yes, Puka Nacua is young. Look at the rest of their roster. The Rams, their O-line, their QB, they're getting older. The 49ers have that veteran contract extensions, cap space, just apocalypse. I use the word apocalypse, I'll use it again. Seattle is young. They're on a win streak. They have a Super Bowl ring, and they have claimed the throne in the toughest division in football. And even without Clint Kubiak, you still have Jackson Smith and Jigba. Your infrastructure is still built. JSN was the best skill player in the National Football League last year. The offense can rely on X's and O's, but you don't have to be a genius when you're given the keys to a Seattle offense. Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Sam Darnold. And the defense has to rely, and the use of tight ends, no doubt. The defense has to rely on guarding everyone, not just a single X. I told you that cover 6. That's what I think. That's the X's and O's defensive side, that as long as Mike McDonald's the head coach. Woolen, Bryant back there, high IQ defenders. They are disguising coverages in cover 6 that are allowing them to read any quarterback in the NFL. They read any and every quarterback in the NFL last year. That revolution is led by the head coach, McDonald. And as long as McDonald's there, that is going to continue. That is going to be a problem for everyone else in the National Football League. And finally, front office stability. John Schneider, as long as he's the GM, and he was the GM the first time they won the Super Bowl, as long as he is the GM, there's no internal drama here. And though Jody Allen is selling the team, that Allen estate's selling the team, there have been no issues. The partnership's been beautiful. They have pivoted away from a Hall of Famer in Pete Carroll, but didn't need a rebuild. They hit their peak way ahead of schedule, and they're still stupid young. Most teams would struggle for a decade trying to replace a Hall of Famer like Pete Carroll. To replace that, to try to rebuild continuity. It took the Seahawks 2 years. And that is a testament to how long-lasting the Seattle Seahawks will be coming off of their second Super Bowl in franchise history in 2026. Seattle, say hello to Dynasty Town. Population U. It's on the way. Sorry, Herm Edwards, but a dynasty in Seattle is building. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. For your small business, progressivecommercial.com. Andy McCullough helped break the news that the MLB Players Association director was doing some nefarious jazz with his sister-in-law. I've got a lot of questions for Andy, and luckily, the senior writer from The Athletic joins the Drake Toll Show. Coming up next on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, this is the Drake Toll Show.
The Colts have a QB decision to make. Cut, trade, or keep Anthony Richardson. Will the former number 3 overall pick be looking for a new home? Westwood One Sports.
Go on trial just for laughing.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Of the bargain, what any sales girl already knows. Most of us old men die at the firing line, just waiting for our number to be called. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Now the king gets his steps.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes.
When he's loaded as a gun, says a real man, it's like a country. You need a map to find your one. Now I do you suppose you must approach the throne with its back up against the wall. I guess time just makes fools.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Minds of my generation, gladly conscripted in the war.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes.
Any Goliath that would gain, darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools of us all.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Of us all. My drink is watered down. The champ is on his knees. He lost the rematch. He lost the comeback. He lost for charity, but that's the job. It's what gets.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes.
They came for a beating, and he came to throne.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Go and serve your client notice that of all the young gods I have known, yours is easily the least famous to turn down the cover of a Rolling Stone. Lily white faces, so familiar and yet impossible to recall.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute.
Just makes fools of us all. After a millennia said, hey man, let's have a dream where we raise the stakes a little. Come on, let's make things interesting.
Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
An amnesiac, a Hindu doll. I guess time does make fools of us all.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The sun crests over the sea in Savannah, Georgia, 8:21 and 38 seconds Eastern Time. And you and I have gathered here, the friendly confines of Westwood One Sports, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every single day, prior to You Better, You Bet, Bleck and Abdallah, and then Jim Rome. And you know, one story that transcended all sports yesterday and then into today, and one story that was covered in depth on each of those shows, is the MLB Players Association director who was forced to resign after he was caught with his sister-in-law. A lot of questions, a lot of intricacies that go into this one. Andy McCullough of The Athletic, gracious enough to take his time to join the Drake Toll Show. Andy, you were part of breaking this news to the world that Tony Clark, somebody that casual baseball fans have never heard of, resigned after scandal. Take me through the sourcing for this. When you first started hearing, hey, there could be a serious shakeup, and this one's odd, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go through the sourcing. I mean, I can answer more general questions about it, but it's something that Ken Rosenthal and Evan Drellick and I at The Athletic were working on for a good portion of Tuesday, and working on again yesterday, as the union elected a new interim chief director in Bruce Meyer, who had been their lead negotiator. And so, yeah, it's definitely a time of upheaval for the union heading into a collective bargaining period in which, figures to be pretty contentious at the end of the year.
Yeah, could you have chosen worse timing if you're the MLBPA for a scandal like this to come down?
Yeah, November 1st. I think, I get what you're saying, though. The timing is bad. At a time when the owners are really kind of circling the wagons and getting closer and closer to feeling like they can push for a cap, that there is more public, sort of interest in a salary cap than there has been in a really long time, right? The union is dealing with a leadership crisis because of there's sort of just poor behavior and poor decision making by their chief executive. And so, yeah, the timing is not good. That is for sure.
Andy McCullough of The Athletic joins the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports. Andy, you mentioned the collective bargaining agreement, and if you're the players, you don't want the salary cap. If you're the owners, namely in the small markets, it's exactly what you need. Explain why this is so contentious. How in 2020, because a lot of folks now have mentioned 2027 being a lockout year. Why? Why can't we all agree on something?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the owners have wanted a cap for, decades. I mean, this is what they went, the strike was over in 1994. I mean, this is a long-standing, decades-long project for the ownership class. And some of these guys, like Jerry Reinsdorf and the White Sox, were, pretty heavily involved in that labor fight. And so, the reason the owners want it is because it is a, billions of dollars plus for their business. It stabilizes franchise value. It would, theoretically, they believe, improve competitive balance. There's, there's debate about that, I would say. but it would just it would save them money. They would not have to basically go to the top of the market to sign elite players. It would cap the amount players can earn, and the players don't want that because they want to make as much money as possible, and they have this the best pro labor system in sports. They have free agency, kind of unfettered free agency for the most part. They have arbitration. They have guaranteed contracts. They have things that all the other sports leagues would probably really, really want to have in terms of their what their players would have. So it's just a pretty, it's money. The owners stand to make a ton of money if they can get a cap in, and the players believe that they would lose money if they put a cap in.
So it did MLBPA wise, and for the last 12 years plus, Tony Clark has led the way on this. But behind the scenes, at least from what I read today, namely in your article in the last 24 hours on The Athletic about Bruce Meyer, introduce us to Meyer. What makes him different as the interim than Tony Clark? And could that interim tag be removed anytime soon?
It's a good question because, Bruce Meyer is he's been intimately involved in the negotiations. He's their chief negotiator during the lockout after the 2021 season. Yeah, he's been a part of the union since 2018. He's a longtime, labor attorney. He worked under Donald Fehr with the NHLPA before coming over to Major League Baseball. He's or the MLBPA, I should say. He's considered, a very, very hardline union man. He does not have a lot of flex to him. He's the sort of person, the bulldog who you would like in the room, theoretically, if you are the players. He's demonstrated sort of a lack of interest in bending towards what, the whims of the ownership class wants. And I think, there are a lot of people within the union who are very excited about him taking over. He's also a person, though, who, because he lacks maybe the sort of personal charm of a Tony Clark, because he's more of a no-nonsense guy, doesn't have as deep relationships with some of the rank and file. There was a push to remove him from the chief negotiator role from some within the union a couple of years ago that Meyer and Tony Clark eventually sort of quelled. And so it's how different does this make the union? It's hard to say because this is the guy who was negotiating their deal anyway. So in terms of bargaining, I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but all of this is still sort of shaking out in real time. And so we will see if Meyer's, leadership style, strategies differs at all from what things were under Clark.
If we can go to individual franchises, the Mets and the Dodgers have been at the top of the conversation in the offseason about whether or not this is ruining baseball, right? It's Major League Baseball on the decline because certain owners, certain teams want to spend. Do you think that overall the disparity between the Dodgers and the Marlins, as far as what they're spending roster-wise, is something that is, quote, killing baseball?
I mean, dude, did you watch the World Series?
Electric. So electric.
It was great. It was awesome. It's weird to me. So here's the thing is I understand the frustration of fans in certain markets, the Pittsburghs, Miami, Cincinnati, wherever that there's an unfair advantage. I totally get that. And I understand why there are those fan bases, who are frustrated with the way things are set up and they feel like they have no real recourse to force their owners to spend. But it is hard for me to look at Major League Baseball in which ratings are up, interest is up, the quality of play has really improved, especially the product on the field has really improved, especially since they put in the pitch clock. We're coming off this awesome World Series where, all my friends who don't even like baseball were texting me and being like, dude, the World Series was great. And then the Dodgers spend a bunch of money and it's like, oh, baseball's broken. It's there's obviously dissonance there. I think that, it's reasonable if you are a fan of one of these teams in one of these smaller markets who feel sort of shut out of premier free agents, you're frustrated. But there have been, teams like San Diego, Philadelphia have demonstrated that if your owner is willing to spend and you're willing to create a product that fans really want to see, you can make this work and you can compete with the Dodgers. And so I just don't buy this idea that the game is dying. The product itself suggests otherwise every time you watch it.
Yeah. Andy McCullough of The Athletic joining the Drake Toll Show, Westwood One Sports. Andy, before we get you out of here, going into next season, the Dodgers obviously have the crown and are still easily the team to beat in Major League Baseball. With the way the Mets have spent, is it more likely that they are the number 2 team in baseball or the number 2 team still in New York alone?
Yeah, I think the Yankees are better this year. I mean, I think the Yankees are. I understand why their fans are, irritable about kind of them bringing back the same crew for the most part from last year. But that team did also, have tie with the Blue Jays for the most wins in the American League. They still have Aaron Judge. They'll hopefully get Garrett Cole back. So I think the Mets are going to be good. It's hard to say, because they're kind of like an island of misfit toys, except for all the misfit toys are making like $20 million per player. Like they're kind of they kind of just have a bunch of guys like maybe playing out of position. Bo Bichette is trying to learn third base. Jorge Polanco is moving to first base. Like you can squint and see them winning 95, and you can look at it and be like, that team might win like 85. So it's hard to say. I think they're going to be good, but there's still just a lot that needs to shake out in order to feel that confident about how it's going to go.
Andy McCullough at By McCullough on Twitter. Thank you so much for being generous with your time and joining the Drake Toll Show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
You can find his work at The Athletic. He's a senior writer there, and he did. If you were listening, if you really paid attention to that, Andy McCullough just dropped in your lap the exact reason why you should care about the MLBPA and who's directing it, who's at the helm here. Because if you asked me 6 months ago, a year ago, 6 years ago, hey man, what do you think about the MLBPA? I don't think I care. I don't think I need to care. I'm not paying attention whatsoever to who the director of the MLBPA is. Because why would you know that? Why would you want to know that? There are more things you could spend your time doing. But then something like this happens, and I'm reminded, that's why we have to care. Because if you like baseball, and by the way, I like baseball. I'm a Texas Rangers fan. I'm not the guy watching all 162 games, and on opening day, I'm not taking off of work to be glued to the first pitch of every game that comes on. I'm not that crazy. But I like baseball. And I do not want in 2027 to miss out on an entire year of baseball. I don't want to go waste a year of Shohei's career, waste a year of late stages of Mike Trout. I don't want to waste a year where I don't get to see dirt, and then realize it's another season we pulled away stats from some of the greats that are currently in the game. That's why I care. That's why you should care. Even if you don't watch baseball that much, you like Shohei Ohtani, you like greatness, it's fun to watch. And if that is the case, you want to ensure that we play baseball in 2027. But why wouldn't we? It doesn't make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to you. You're driving your car right now, you're eating breakfast, and you're thinking, why wouldn't we have baseball? Just play. Agree on things behind the scenes, whatever the big snafu is with this. Play the sport. We'll figure it all out later. Or figure it out while you're playing. Just don't take away the sport as it is, as a whole, in 2027. But there's a reason it's not that easy. And there's a reason that when the now deposed MLB Players Association director looked across the room and said, my sister-in-law looks pretty good. I still don't think we have confirmation on whether it was his wife's sister or brother's wife. I think wife's sister is worse. Moot point. But after that guy, Tony Clark, decided to get nefarious, we are left with a director who you've never heard of, Bruce Meyer, who teeters the balance, who has control over whether or not baseball is played in 2027. Do you want to know why they can't agree? Do you want to know what they can't agree on? I have the answer. I want you to show up to work today. I want you to be at school today and know exactly how to approach this conversation and be the genius in the room as it pertains to Major League Baseball hurtling toward a work stoppage where the players refuse to play. Why is it happening? How do we stop it? That's up next, right here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The Seahawks aren't expected to
trouble all my day. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised. I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I had no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help me now. I'll die upon that train. Perhaps he'll die upon this train. You can bury me Sunny Valley for many years where I may lay. And you may learn to love another while I am sleeping in my grave. While he is sleeping in his grave. Think I'm just a stranger. My face you never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore.
little body as you're rolling in the caddy with me.
It's the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Oh, isn't it great? There are 300 affiliates in the country, 300 plus, that play Westwood One every day. Producer Addie Bates, you know things. Is that good?
Yeah, I would say 300's a big number.
Yeah.
In my math history. Right, I took a lot of math in high school, you know.
Curtis, have you ever been on 300 radio stations?
Yeah, I do the I run the Super Bowl every year for the last 5 years, so I do.
Oh.
That's good. I see. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I always dreamed when I was a child of being on the radio. And now, how about 300 radios? Oh. From Tucson to Rochester, baby. Yeah. Butte, Montana's listening. I know. I got you. Picking up what you're putting down. And I'm telling you, if you're in Butte, Montana, you might not think you care about the MLB Players Association. Because whatever happens in these four walls, I don't want it. I don't care. Well, here is why you should care. Here is what's happening. I just told you there's a reason they can't get to an agreement. And the reason is a salary cap battle. You're going into work today. Those are your shoes. And you're at the water cooler. That's the water filling up. And your buddy says, what's this whole MLBPA guy porking his sister-in-law thing? You say, well, yeah, the director of the PA got the Players Association. He was deposed because he was doing his sister-in-law, and you can't do that, allegedly. And you can't do that. And so now the reason it's nuclear is the Dodgers have spent $420 million on their roster for 2026 alone. Whereas the Marlins or the Athletics might have a $25-30 million roster next year. This year, that's not a lot. That disparity is about a $400 million disparity. The reason why is because in the MLB, you can, if you really want to, spend as much money as you desire as an owner on your roster. Build the roster however you'd like, with as many players who are as expensive as you'd like. And there is no salary cap. You can pay them almost as little as you want. The parameters are far and wide in Major League Baseball. The floor is low, the ceiling is impossibly high. And the MLB Players Association for 60 years has said no salary cap. And the reason the Players Association doesn't want a salary cap, and it makes sense, the reason is that they can make more money. As much money, all of the money, any of the money, infinite money. They can make all of it themselves because there's no shortage. There's no cutoff point of, oh, we can't pay you anything more than this. Oh, we got to stop paying. No, there's no cutoff point. You can spend as much as you want. Oh, luxury tax. No one cares. So when they meet in the room and the players say, I don't want to have a salary cap. You cannot cap where we are all paid. The owners get in the room and they say, hey, we do want a salary cap because the 2 or 3 teams that have the most money are spending way more money than we can. I'm the Marlins. I'm the A's. I'm the Rays. We can't spend money like that. So I want you to create a cap. Therefore, we don't have a $400 million single-year salary disparity between our team and another team because obviously we're going to lose a lot of games to the team that's paying $400 million for their roster when we're paying $20 million for our roster. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. It only makes sense to have a major league that is more comparable from salary standpoints. We don't do that. So the owners will say, we want a salary cap. And 2 or 3 owners will fight it. No salary cap. I want to spend as much as I can, and you don't get to spend anything. The Marlins want to cap the Dodgers at $100 million a year, whatever it might be for their roster, so that the Marlins can catch up and compete. Not to mention, there are other issues in the docket here. Local TV rights have crumbled. Growing up, I would watch the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers. I'd watch Adrian Beltre, Josh Hamilton, Ian Kinsler, Matt Harrison, the Dutch Oven Derek Holland, Michael Young, Koji Uehara, Joe Nathan, Nelson Cruz, David Murphy, Craig Gentry. I watched those teams. on Fox Sports Southwest every night. And I'd watch them when they were down 4-1 to the Angels. I'd watch them when they were up 3-2 against the Twins. Because I could go every night and watch it on Fox Sports Southwest. But then Diamond Sports and Bally Sports and FanDuel Sports and this Sports and that Sports and TV rights have crumbled. Owners aren't getting the money they used to get in guaranteed local TV revenue for locals or those in the region to watch. They want to offset those costs by capping player salaries or creating a national unified streaming package, which will never happen. So they want to cap salaries. And that means the union has to agree that you can stop paying me whatever I want to be paid. The players want a salary floor, by the way. They don't want the Marlins to keep cheaping people out, which they do. And Tony Clark was the head of the Players Association. He was going to negotiate all of this because the current collective bargaining agreement expires December 1st. So they'll have to talk about all of these things to agree on the next collective bargaining agreement that will either have a salary cap or not have a salary cap. 2022, there's a 99-day lockout. I delayed the season a little bit, but 2027, if we cannot agree on this cap thing, we will not play baseball. We will be in a lengthy lockout. And that's just not fun for the average viewer, for me, to not be able to watch baseball. Alexia Gondo, also on that Rangers team. Fox Sports Southwest. Bruce Meyer, congratulations on your election to be the interim director of the MLBPA. Because the other guy was porking his sister-in-law. Can't do that. Shouldn't do that. Hey, in hockey, the U.S. men took them overtime, but they did it. They knocked off Sweden. Canada knocked off Czechia yesterday, and it sucked because Czechia was up 3-2 at the very end. And then 3 minutes to go, Canada knots it up, 3 apiece. They go to OT. Canada wins it. We're on still a crash course for the U.S. and Canada to compete in the gold medal match. But here's Quinn Hughes winning it all on NBC for the USA in overtime yesterday.
Now Quinn Hughes, we played 3.5 minutes in overtime. Quinn Hughes shoots, he scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it, and the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
Yeah, they played Freebird. As soon as the U.S. won, they played Freebird. That's Milan. That's some ball knowledge in Milan right there. Thank you, Leonard Skinner. Patsy Cline. John Denver. What's different about John Denver's, though, is the oxygen went out in the plane. So he died before the plane crashed. Calendar?
Wasn't he also the pilot?
Denver? I don't know. I don't think he was the pilot. I don't think he was, actually.
Oh.
You could be telling me that. But you're, again, producer of the Drake Toll Show, supposed to know things, so it could be true.
No, I could be totally wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
But
it's time for Are You Smarter Than Drake Toll?
I am.
Good,
alrighty.
Music. It's fine music. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I was just relishing in the fact that I was correct. He was the pilot of the plane.
Whoa, not anymore.
Yep. Alrighty, Curtis, are you ready? Drake, are you ready?
No.
Well, all right. Curtis, what is the first category?
Science.
Oh, alrighty. Here's your question. What is the largest organ of the human body?
Kurt, you go first.
Is it your skin?
I'm also going to say skin.
Okay, you're both correct. Correct. Very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Dudes rock.
Dudes rock.
Love
Curtis.
skin.
Movies.
Ooh. Which movie was incorrectly announced as the winner of the Best Picture Oscar at the 2017 Academy Awards?
Curtis, you know it?
No, I have no clue.
Moonlight.
Well, that was the... Moonlight was the correct one. The one that was incorrectly announced was La La Land.
La La Land, yeah.
I saw that in theaters 11 times.
Whoa, you have a problem.
That's
it's
my
strange
favorite movie.
addiction.
Yeah, well, you know what?
So they said La La Land, but it was Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight actually won.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't remember that. Curtis, what's the next category?
Music.
Ooh,
Music.
This one's a little difficult. Who founded Motown Records?
Oh, this is me.
Well, Curtis doesn't know this.
Me.
So.
I did it. Me all along.
He's close. He's not that far away. Chubby Checker?
Barry Gordy. Barry Gordy founded Motown Records.
How would I have ever known that?
Because he's
How would
iconic.
anyone have ever known that?
He's iconic. He's also related to, like, you know the song, like, something I feel like somebody's watching me. Do you know that song?
Yes, I do.
It's also like his nephew. Like, he's iconic. That's a lot of people know that, actually.
I only know
Michael
Bad Bunny.
Jackson's his nephew?
Yeah, all right. Not Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson just sings that one lyric. Curtis, what's the next category?
History.
All right.
History.
Which U.S. president considered funding an expedition to the center of the Earth?
Oh, I think I know this one. Kurt?
No clue.
Just
Let's
name
go
a president.
Eisenhower.
Okay.
Oh. Roosevelt.
John Quincy Adams.
What the hell?
Trying to give you difficult.
I'm not doing
ones.
very well today, man.
Alrighty, Curtis, what's the final category?
Random.
Random.
Yeah, okay, this one's easy because I had a feeling the other ones were going to be too difficult. Which animal supposedly has 9 lives?
Oh my god.
You got this, boys.
A cat.
The orangutan. It's a cat, man.
Monkey.
Well, I thought the other ones were more difficult. Okay, so you're tied at 2, so we need to do a
Bonus
random
question.
Bonus question. What is the category?
History.
Oh, alrighty. Until 1923, what was the Turkish city of Istanbul called?
Oh, I know.
Flavor Town.
No, but it's close. Istanbul was Constantinople.
Yeah, they might be giants.
No!
Literally had an entire song about it. Correct. Good answer.
Yes!
Good answer.
Yes! Constantinople, baby. That's my Christian heritage class at Baylor freshman year right there.
Why would I be talking about Baylor?
Coming in handy.
That's where you learned that?
About Constantinople? Yeah, man. The cool thing about history, what did I call the class? I forgot. Scriptures? Christian scriptures, I think is what it was. Or Christian heritage, one of the two. It was all about the history of the Bible. Like, nothing about the actual religion part. It's just like, hey, here's how you use it as a historical text. Constantinople, baby.
Istanbul was once Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Have you ever heard that song?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
It was in Just
Like,
Dance, too.
Earworm. Maybe that's where I've heard it. Just Dance 2?
It was in Just Dance as well.
Oh, Just Dance 2 is its superior Just Dance, by the way.
I like Just Dance 3.
Well, you're wrong. So
Well, I'm not really wrong that often.
you were wrong earlier this show.
John Denver? I was correct about that.
Oh. I was wrong.
Yes.
Ooh. Don't like the sound of that. Addie Bates produces in Washington, D.C. Curtis Poindexter runs the board in Culver City, California. Armin Williams, Bruce Gilbert, Colin Jones, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Coming up, Chris Mack on You Better, You Bet. We'll join you from 9 a.m. to noon, and then Bleck and Abdallah, followed by Jim Rome. This has been The Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.